Hello and welcome back. It has been a while, let me tell you this for free. So basically what's happened since the last time that I uploaded a video, which has been probably longer than 12 months, was that we had the whole 2020 thing happen. And while it wasn't necessarily a bad year for myself, I feel like it was in terms of creativity and mojo. So I lost my creativity a fair bit there for a while, so I'm tentatively testing the waters with this vlog. In amongst all of that, we did finish our build of our house. We've probably been in here for about 6 months or so now, so settled. We are settled in. But anyway, the reason for this vlog and for my sudden spike in creativity, hopefully, I don't know, is this. Oh my god, I am so excited to have this in my hands. Apologies if it's like super reflective, but if you don't know what this is, it's the new J. Christoph. This is the ARC, so the advanced reader copy version of the book that does get released in September, I think, but we are currently in July. Yep, we're in July. So this is Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. I am all sorts of pumped for this, and I thought, why not share the journey? So a quick shout out to my buyer's office at work who just, I don't know how, but they got me a copy of this without me having to sacrifice a kidney or anything like that. I did message J. Christoph and offer one of them, and he said unfortunately they don't accept kidneys anymore, but you know, like it was worth a try, which is fine. But I got this and I still have my kidneys and I'm just so excited. This is my most anticipated read for the year. Let's just put it that way. I should probably say that I will keep this vlog spoiler free because I want you to be able to watch this on release and not worry that you're going to get spoiled. There's also this really cool poster that's in it, and it just says, "Waiting sucks. Guard the secrets, protect the spoilers, don't ruin the empire," because obviously we've got this a fair while out of release and we don't want to be dicks about it and spoil it. So if you haven't heard about Empire of the Vampire yet, in this one we follow our main character Gabriel, who is the last Silver Saint. They are a soldier of the religious faction that's like the last thing between man and vampires. So an event has happened where the sun has been clouded, which means that vampires can now walk around during the day, which is scary as shit, but there's your storyline. Essentially, Gabriel's been captured by an enemy vampire and he's forced to tell his tale, and it all spins from there. So this gives off a very interview with a vampire type vibe. It's also very adult and dark and twisted and stabby and murdery. So I will just say that this is adult fantasy. This is not YA. This is the one that's also been like partially illustrated. I'm not going to show you too much, by Monoline Art, who is this fabulous illustrator, and their illustrations will be throughout this tome of a book, and I'm so excited. We only really get the book plates until here in the arc because I think Jay said on his Instagram they don't want to give it all away, like you still want a surprise for those that will have read it before release day. So I'm excited. Also, this super shiny copy is not what the finished one is going to look like. The UK cover will look something like this, and the US cover something like this. But I am heavily leaning towards that UK one, and I think I'm going to have to get it in hardcover. So yes, essentially we are doing a reading vlog, which will be spoiler free, and we're gonna read this book together. It's gonna be a time, and I am already pumped because one of my favorite insults has already been told in this, which I think I'm gonna have to use in real life now. I think I put it on my Instagram stories the other night because it was hilarious. Yes. Someone says, "Let me enlighten your so-called mind, you spunk-brained fuckweasel." This is what I'm here for. Again, an adult fantasy novel. So initial thoughts before we move on to the next clip is that I am loving it. It's very much in the vein of Nevernight, so if you love Nevernight, you're probably going to really dig this. There's also J. Kristoff's iconic imagery and metaphors, and he just goes ham on his writing language, and just you can tell it's a J. Kristoff book when you first start reading it, because there's metaphors left, right and center, but I'm here for it. Also, because you are getting conversation between Gabriel and his capturer, what are they called? Jailer? Captor, whatever. Between that evil vampire dude and Gabriel, it's very much this back and forth conversation, and you slip into his memories. So you could say that it is kind of exposition heavy, but I'm really liking it so far. So let's continue on. I am already up to page 166, and there is some shit happening right now. So let's keep on going. My two red babies. Hello? What are you doing? What are you doing? I am on the computer. I checked my emails and I just got some very, very exciting news, and that is that I will be reviewing this for the Nerd Daily, and I will also get to submit some questions to J. Kristoff for him to answer and send back to us, and basically an interview. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. I'm super duper excited. Evie's crunching on her dinner in the background, so it's all happening. It's all happening. It's been a great day. So I have got out these, currently reading like bookmarky book. Hello, there you are. Okay, some like tab bookmark things, and I am going to go through, and anytime that something interesting that I think I could form into a question for Jay or something to put in my review, I'm going to pop that in that. Evie, are you right? Hopefully. Anyway, anytime I want, we're going to stick one of these in here. So I am just super excited right now. I always feel like internally never really matches my external emotional output or whatever, but just know I'm freaking the fuck out, and in a great way. And I also have a shoulder parrot. Hi, what are you doing? Cool. So exciting. I'm going to go read some more of this and get thinking, because this is amazing. This is so good. As always, as well, the link for the Nerd Daily will be down in the description of this video, and by the time that this comes out, the review or the Q&A with the author will probably be out as well. So that's probably going to be the article that I link in the description. Okay, cool. Howdy, how you going? I had a pretty good day today because I got to leave my house. So I got to go into work for a couple of hours. It was just me in there, so it was all super duper safe. And it was fun getting out of the house and being safe while leaving the house as well. Like, not just leaving the house to leave the house. I had a purpose. Anyway, I had a good day. That's where we're going with this. I also came home to a little gift box from my sister, and this is from Tilly and Pip. I will leave their handle just here if you want to check them out on Instagram. And it's just like a really cute little goodies box. I got some chocolate, some tea. I got like a lavender eye pillow thing, which smells so good. Can't wait to use it. And this huge candle, which smells so good. So all in all, I had a great day. But we are here to talk about this one, and last time I updated you, I think I told you that I got approved for the interview, questions, and the review. So I'm still so hyped about that, and you can probably tell because here are my tabs that I've started doing for potential interview questions or things that I find interesting or just intricate little world building things that J. Christoph does. I could have been doing that for the whole thing, but I was slack for the first bit. But it's never too late to start. So as for the page that I'm currently up to, I'm on page 294, and I want to say like the last 50 odd pages, we've gotten to see more of a character who I'm liking, and that is Astrid. I'm obviously liking the other characters as well, but Astrid starts to come out on the page a lot more, and I like to see it. There's also this traveling group of people, and they each have different dynamics within the group, and we're sort of sussing that out as well. Gabe, the mysterious main character dude who is brooding and just like faithless and has gone through a lot of shit, just got even more mysterious, and I like that. So yeah, I am early days into book 4. Empire of the Vampires split up into different books, kind of like different parts, but they're titled books. I think it does the same type of thing. And this book is titled Light of the Black Sun, and it's about here that you usually start to kind of get worried in a Christoph book, because it never is sunshine and rainbows for too long. And I'm starting to get worried for some people and their roles in the story. Spoiler free. So that's where we are currently sitting. I'm still very much enjoying this one. Getting into Gabriel's head more and the flow of the conversation between him and his vampire captor. And really keen just to see how it all works together and ties in. It's gonna be so good. So I've got a couple of days until I need to submit the interview questions, and that is probably when I will be checking in with you again, unless something like drastic happens. Good morning. How are we? So it is the day that I said I would get the interview questions out. So that's what we'll be finishing off today. I've got half of them outlined, ready to go. I do have a little bit of the book to finish, but then I can tweak the last ones and send them off. As for Evie updates, we're currently in a cone. Hello. Oh dear. We're not really liking it. We're a little bit depressed. But she has a small little sore that she's not allowed to lick. And she loves to lick. So she gets the cone of shame for something really small. But that is the way of the world, Eve. So if you hear scraping noises at all in the background at any point today, that will be Evie. I'm also always like super nasally in the morning, so I realized on my last video that I uploaded, you could really hear that. I'm not sick, I just have like hay fevery, sinusy things in the morning. I have a coffee, I have some water, I have my laptop, and I have the book. This is my progress. So I have this much to go, which isn't actually that much. I think yesterday I read, well, last time I saw you, I was about here, I think, one of these big ones. So a good chunk was done. And I'm officially up to page 543. We are at As Devils Can Fly. Yeah, book 6. So it's all ramping up even more. I know I said I was worried for a character in the last check-in when I was up to book 4. That's now escalated. I am stressed. It's fine. It's not fine. It's just J. Kristoff has a really good way of building momentum through his books, and that's happening right here. I have a little niggling feeling about something which I shall not name, but this dark figure keeps on appearing at certain parts of the book, and I think I know where that's going. And what else? I had a prediction about something, and that turned out to be true as well, but a lot of surprises as well along the way. So still really enjoying this one. It's still jumping around timeline wise. It's going to do that the whole way through. I have a great suspicion now about circumstances. This is all going to sound really vague. Something less vague. Let's talk about something less vague. Okay, so the play between Gabriel, who is the captive, and where's his name? Jean-Francois, the vampire that is getting the tail of his life out of him. The play between those two is really, really interesting because you expect Gabriel to be in this position of defeat and, you know, potentially torture. But the power dynamics and the shift between the two as you're going through and you're hearing the tale and you're hearing all of Gabe's exploits in his past and all of that, it's really, really interesting because it's not quite as unbalanced as what you would think. There's also a character in here that I started off not liking and now I appreciate them. So that's really, really cool how an author can make you flip on a character as well. Like you start off just and then through a progression of events or little pieces here and there, it ends up changing your mind. That's the other thing too. This book is all about little moments pieced together, and there's some really, really good moments in here. Also read a little bit of Smart at one point, so if you are wanting that in your book, there's a couple of scenes. It's not Sarah J. Maas level, but I think that Sarah J. Maas is just getting ridiculous with her level of smart in her books, but that is also her target audience and her market, so each to their own. What I mean is, I think there's been a couple of scenes here and there of that in this, and I think it's done well having it just here and there. There's also a lot of battles, and I don't know how Gabe has survived up until this point. But anyway, this is what I'll be doing today, finishing this off, finishing off my questions, emailing them through. I also have my book here to write down anything else interesting, and I've already filled out a couple of pages on this book. So we're gonna get down to it. We're gonna get started. Happy Friday. So I thought that one of the things was coming true that I was predicting. It's still kind of hazy, but I think I'm on the right track, and I need to know. I need to know how that happened, why that happened. So that app that I used is called Forest, and it basically stops me from using my phone because when you plant a tree, you have to stay off your phone for that amount of time. And I set one for half an hour. So I'm doing half an hour sprints, and there's 8 minutes left on that one. So where was I going with this? I'm lost. That just threw a bit of a curveball. So I'll finish up this sprint, and then I'll probably put a load of washing on or something like that, because my house is starting to get messy again because I haven't been in it all week. But yes, I'm going to finish this sprint off, go do something else, and then we're going to start another sprint. Holy shit. I just finished it. In a word, epic. So I have only just finished this. It's about 5 minutes fresh, so I'm probably not going to make a lot of sense, but I tabbed some more here. These were all little bombshells that got dropped at the end. These last 1, 2, 3 tabs. And I didn't see at least 2 of those coming. Like, probably all of them, if I'm being honest. I just finished reading my most anticipated book of the year, and it did not disappoint. I am so happy that I can say that, because you're always worried that it's not going to meet up to your expectation, and that it's, I don't know, it's so hyped. Is it going to be as good as what they're saying it's going to be? And it is. And I'm so glad that I enjoyed it. So I am just kind of in awe at the moment. It's going to be 5 stars from me. I will admit, the first 50 odd pages of the book to start off with, I didn't know if it was going to get there or not, but I should have just trusted in the process. I should have known. And I should point out as well that this is a planned trilogy, so there are going to be 2 more books in this series, and there are questions left unanswered, but you do get little tidbits to other things so you don't feel cheated or whatever. I know some books tend to not answer a lot throughout the whole thing. This gives you battles, it gives you the high moments, it gives you curveballs, and just it gives a lot, that the fact that a few little things at the end aren't wrapped up and will instead be explored in the next books, which I can't wait to read, which will be an even longer wait because this book hasn't even released yet. It gives you enough that those little things that we're going to carry on through are going to be worth the wait. So I can't string sentences together at the moment because I am incapable of getting the words out. So I'm going to go and finish off my interview questions and circle back later. We'll circle back once we've sort of sat in feelings for a little bit. And I can say more than just wow, and it's great, and you should read it, because you should totally read it. I'll see you in a little bit. Hi, okay, so it's probably been about a week or so since I finished Empire, and I wanted to come back when my thoughts were a little bit more clearer. Can't remember what I said in the last clip, so if I cross over a little bit, apologies. I will try and keep this brief as we close off the vlog. So yesterday I finished writing my review for the Nerd Daily, and overall very positive. I really enjoyed this book. It did take me a little bit to get stuck into it, but I felt like when I got used to the framing device of how the story was told, i.e. interview with a vampire type thing where someone's being interviewed and it jumps around everywhere, I really started to dig it. I can acknowledge the fact that this is not going to be a book for everyone, because there is heavy violence, it's very dark, lots of swearing, which I don't mind in books, but I know some people do. And I know that some people just don't vibe with J. Kristoff's writing style. Sometimes it feels overdone, but overall, in this one, I think it made it quite epic. So, where am I going with this? I can see if people don't enjoy it, but I also know that there is going to be a lot of people that will, especially if you've enjoyed Nevernight, which I've probably said. But Empire is very much a successor to Nevernight, and by the sounds of things, I saw J. Kristoff do a Q&A on his Instagram stories just yesterday, and he said that this is where he's going, type of thing. So it's not going to be for everyone. It's very dark, but I did love it. There are also certain points in this which I should have read out parts that sung to me while I was going through it, but alas, I was just enjoying it. Oh, I probably already showed you this, but fuck this guy, right? Fuck that chapter. Ooh, that hurt. So just to close off some of my favorite moments, I really like this moment between Gabe and Jean-Francois, where they're talking about, you know, the monster and the man, that type of thing. I know that things can change too from an art copy to a final copy, so take this with the chance that the wording could change, but I really love this moment. Basically, yes, they're talking about vampires and what makes them deadly, and Gabe said, talking about one in particular, he just had the shackles of consequence removed. Give someone the power to do anything they want, and they'll do exactly that. That's the horrifying part. The only thing holding some folks back from the blackest atrocities they can imagine is the fear they might not get away with it. It says it all there. It speaks for itself there. So there was also a really nice part which I can't find here, but I think it's when Gabriel is talking to Astrid, maybe? I could be wrong. But essentially they're talking about their past or whatever, and how your past does not define you. Your actions right now count. So I don't know, for my brain that likes to get in thought loops a lot of the time, reading something like that on the page was a bit of a salve. So there you go. Those were my thoughts and my experiences on reading the advanced reader copy of Empire of the Vampire. I will be pre-ordering the hard copy because favorite books of mine get ordered in hard copy so that they last for a bit longer. I don't know, it's just nice. This book does come out on the 7th of September 2021, so we are not very far off now, and you probably saw my excitement earlier, but to be able to officially review this book and to do a Q&A with the author really topped off this experience, and I hope that came through. I read a 5-star book. So that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you'll be picking up Empire of the Vampire, or if you're not, comment down below one of your favorite vampire fiction books. I hope wherever you are, you're doing okay, and I will see you in another one. Bye!